Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Let's get back into it. As you might have seen from my little input on the last episode that I recorded later, I am still coming down from a sickness. It's been a few days since then, so I am better. I might sound better, but I still feel like a buildup in my throat that annoys me all day, every day, and sometimes it might get in the way of my talking, and I might start coughing. But, you know, that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes when you get sick sometimes. We've all been there. We'll be there again. I feel fine. I'm not really sick anymore. It's just the aftermath of all this mucus and snot still built up in the back of my neck. But, I mean, it's better than it was. So, we'll put that aside and let's just get into the video. So last episode, we fought Jinogur a couple of times, and we fought Shagri Magala. We're at the end of low rank now, one mission away from entering high rank, so of course that's what we're going to do this episode. And I do want to say, last episode, during the Shagri Magala fight, I called out somebody I know, and I made a joke about him not knowing about my channel, and that he'll probably find out about it months from now. Well, he subscribed to my channel while I was editing that video, so I guess welcome. You're here. You know I was talking about you. Welcome to the series. It's kind of strange that you decided to do that right at that moment, but you know, I guess I don't really expect anything less from you. So anyway, let's just get right into it. We are gonna fight Kangalala. Enter high rank, and it'll be a really big moment for us. Now I don't like Kangalala. I'm not going to hide that fact. That's very open. Because how ranking works, to just briefly explain, whenever you enter high rank, you're basically starting the game over again, just with the difficulty all ramped up. So when we enter high rank, we will be fighting Great Macau, Yin Kaku, the Dromes, all them again, except that they will be a lot more difficult than they were in low rank. So with that in mind, Kangalala here is on that level of monster. He's not like a Jinogur or Glavenus. He's not a medium or high tier monster on my scale. He is low. So that means he's going to be a lot simpler, his design isn't going to be as cool, and inherently he's going to be weaker, and the only reason why he's stronger than anybody else we fought is just because this guy is high rank compared to all the low rank monsters we fought. If you compare this guy to the high-rank versions of everybody we fought in the last, like, 5 episodes, this guy is insanely easy. Oh, I need to grab the map. But I bring that up because, as you guys can tell, the earlier monsters I tend not to like nearly as much as the majority of the later monsters, and this is one of them. He's an earlier monster, and I don't really like him. It's just how it goes. I think his design is bad, his fight is bad, I don't like anything about him, he's just not a good monster. But you'll see when we get there. Oh, this is him? What? Why did we didn't get a... we just didn't get a cutscene? Is that supposed to happen? We didn't get a cutscene? Alright, well, let's fight him. This is him. He's a monkey. And as you guys might remember, earlier in the series, I said that I don't like any of the monkeys in this game, and that's true. Very true. This guy's moveset, I think, is just bad. Not bad in the sense that it's like a bunch of unnecessary bullshit that hits me and I start crying about it. Just bad in the sense that I think it's stupid, and I hate fighting him. His attacks just involve him farting and being fat. That's his entire moveset. I'm not even lying. That right there is a shield, when he just fucking puffs his gut out. That's a shield. I don't like this monster, man. He's just dumb. Just stupid. Is he just eating right now? Take that as a yes. I'm pretty sure he was just eating. That is one thing that I guess, like, technically is cool about him. That he can eat different things, and that changes the effect of his breath. So he must have just eaten a red fruit just now, and as a result, his breath has the flame attribute. So if you get hit by that, you'll get fire blighted. That's cool on paper, but the way he's doing it is just cringe. He's just fucking just belching is all he's doing. So dumb. I don't like this guy. He's not cool. He's not cool. He's not even funny. He's just lame, man. I don't know how to put it. Like, you guys are definitely free to have your own opinion. Like, maybe you think he's funny, or maybe you've got some mental issue and you actually think he's cool and badass. That's on you, man. Alright. But I just can't agree. I just can't agree. And you also might have noticed that we didn't get any items from the box besides the map. That is actually a trait of high rank and higher. Starting in high rank, the resources that they give us in the box that I've been picking up every time, those will spawn in, I think, 15 minutes into the fight. So for the first 15 minutes, we don't have anything like that. It's just our own resources that we gotta rely on. Yep, he just fucking farted. We get a mount. Oh, we got a knockdown. I guess I'll take that. Okay, he didn't move forward at all. Why not? Why didn't he at all move forward? What the fuck? Like, I know that he was targeting me, so he shouldn't move forward much. But he didn't move forward at all. What the fuck? For a monster that's weak, like I was saying, you can tell that he hits really hard. That's high rank for you. Entering high rank is a whole another layer of the game. It'll be a whole different ball game from here on out. Take everybody that we fought up until now, buff up all of their stats, give them more health, make them do more damage, and that's high rank. It sounds simple, but it's a lot more fun in practice. In my opinion, high rank is kind of... Hey, look at him go. I love that. Some monsters, when they leave the zone, do that, and I love it every time. My favorite being Jinoger, because he just kind of has his arms out and flies in a horizontal line, and it's completely fucking stupid. But it's funny. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Something to do with high rank. I got distracted by the flying animation that this dude has for no reason. I think I was trying to say that, in my opinion, from my view, high rank is kind of like the default for Monster Hunter. Like, you have low rank, which in my opinion is easy mode, high rank, which is like medium mode, so the middle ground, and where you would spend the most time, like the default for you. But then G rank, which is hard difficulty. So low rank is like the easy into the game, high rank is the game, and then G rank is the extra challenge after the game, you could say. Out of those three, though, we'll probably be spending the most time in G rank, since that is the final rank, so once we get there, we'll stay there, all the way up until the series ends, whenever that is. But we'll be spending more time in high rank than we did in low rank. Not only will you be seeing buffed versions of the monsters we've already fought, but just like Kangalala here, and Ruined Pinnacle, which is the map we're on, there are some monsters and maps that you don't unlock until high rank. Same with G rank as well. There's some monsters and maps that you don't reach until you get to G rank. This is a bit of a predicament that we found ourselves in. He's throwing literal shit at me. We are stinked right now, so we can't use any items, and I'm a little bit cautious because we are in a high rank mission wearing low rank equipment, so it'll be pretty easy for us to just mess up once or twice and immediately die and have our first death of the run. And I'd rather not have my first death of the run be to Kangalala. Definitely won't be the first fail of the run. There's absolutely no way in hell I'm failing this mission. But I would rather not die. If I'm gonna die, I'd rather it be to somebody like that I'm fine with dying to. Not to this guy, just because I was stinked and I couldn't do anything about it. Like, of course, it's still my fault that I didn't bring deodorant with me to get rid of the stink. but I'm also still not going to bring deodorant with me. I don't care. I'm not doing that. If I get stinked, I'll just deal with it. In most cases, I would be a lot more aggressive, regardless of the stink, and I would just not die. But because I'm just really determined not to die to Kangaloa for my first death of the run, so I'm going to play a lot more cautiously. Once that first death has happened at some point in the series, and I'm not so worried about losing it, I'm probably going to be playing a lot more consistently aggressive. But for right now, I just really don't want my first death to be on somebody like Kangaloa. So I'm going to be playing a lot more lame, a lot more uncool, if I'm stinked like that in that position, instead of playing aggressively and just taking the risk. Surely you can understand. Like, you know, I don't want to die to this guy. I just don't, man. If I were fighting Shagru Magala and I was stinked, which is impossible, but let's say I was, I would still be fighting him just the same way that I would normally. Because if I died to him like that, I'd accept that. I'd be fine with that. If I died because I was stinked, that's on me. That's my bad. That's why I don't use deodorant. I'd rather just learn how to not have to rely on tools to carry me through fights like that. I know a guy that is very heavy on just using whatever the game allows him to use in order to end fights. So he'll use a bunch of traps, he'll use flash bombs every chance he gets, all that kind of shit. And that's fine, that's definitely a way to play and there's strategy to it. But again, he's worse at the game as a result. When it comes to solo playing, if he's just doing a one-man team, he's a lot worse at the game than I am despite having similar time. Because he relies on shit like that instead of just focusing on getting better. If he just, like, instead of using every item and every tool at his disposal to just end the fight, and he instead found a way to push through and make his skill up to the par, so that he wins from skill alone and not having to rely on items, he would be better at the game. But that's not what he does, so he's worse as a result, is what I'm saying. That's why I don't want to do that. I put a lot of time and a lot of energy into learning how to use my weapon to the best of my capabilities and winning a fight based solely on skill and tenacity alone. If I used items, sure, I'd have an easier time winning. Sure, it would end faster. And there's definitely like some skill involved to that, but it's still not the skill that I'm trying to hone. That the strategy and the tactician's work is not the skill that I'm trying to improve, it's my actual fighting capability. And to do that, I gotta limit myself to only the fighting. You understand? Species evolves quicker when they're under great stress. So if I'm able to put myself into a situation that is very tough for me, and instead of trying to rely on items and tools to help me out and carry me, I just find a way to fight and win, I will emerge as a better player at the end of it. Might not be as clean, might not be as fast, I might fail a few times when I wouldn't have if I used tools, but at the end, I'm going to be a better player. That's the whole point. That's why I don't use items. I don't want to knock people that do use items. Like, that's fine, and there is skill to it. But that's what I'm saying, is that that's not the skill I'm trying to improve. I'm not trying to win the fight as fast as possible, or as clean as possible, or as safe as possible. I'm trying to push my skill to the limits and win with my weapon and my tenacity alone, is the point. I know I've said that before, and I know I said that exact thing like 20 times just now, but I'm just trying to get it across. That's what I'm doing. I am knowingly not bringing deodorant on this mission, and I will continue to do that, because what I'd rather do personally is get the stink effect and learn how to deal with it outside of that, and fight aggressively in such a way that even if I am stinked, it's okay, because I can just fight, avoid damage, and not die. If I have to take time out of the fight to use deodorant just for the safety of having the ability to heal myself, then obviously there's a skill issue there, and I could be playing better. You might be able to tell as well that this fight is kind of taking a minute. Welcome to high rank. That's just how it goes. This guy's got a lot more health and does more damage than anybody we fought despite being so weak. You can imagine how strong the later guys like Seregios must be if Kangalala is this strong and he's on level with like the drones and shit. Okay, I'm safe here. I don't know why it took a second to register that, because that should have been obvious. We do have him limping, though. It has been more than 10 minutes. Anybody in low rank would be dead by now, even if they were, like, the later stars. But Kangala is still going strong because he's high rank, and high rank is tough. I don't know how much of that earlier segment I'm going to cut out. It might be a good bit, because I kind of rambled on and on about the same thing. It's just, like, there's a lot of nuance to it, and it's hard to explain. So trying to explain it, I feel like I have to talk about it a lot in different ways, despite explaining the same thing. I hope it didn't seem like I was rambling on and on over nothing to you guys. Like, I was just trying to get the point across, and again, there's a lot of nuance to it. So explaining it in one way might not quite convey what I'm trying to convey. But like the point is, I'm just trying to work on my skill. I'm trying to become a one-man army that can fight anybody and win in a real fight. If I'm using traps, if I'm using like all these different items and abilities taking advantage of the monster's weakness that I know about, like using flash bombs on flying monsters, using bombs for the wake-up attack, like that's fine. That's there's skill to that. There's knowing the monster's weaknesses, knowing you can do that, knowing the timing, and there's strategy and planning to that. I definitely respect that. I have no clue where he went. But winning that way, in my opinion, doesn't feel as good. And it also doesn't address the root problem. That is, the whole reason I needed to rely on those items to begin with is because I'm not good enough at the game. If I was struggling so bad that I needed to use those items in order to even the playing field, then I'm just not good enough. I'm just not good enough for that fight, and I deserve to lose, in my opinion. I'm definitely a lot harder on myself than I am on other people in general. So if I saw somebody else lose, I wouldn't think that of them, but I do think that of me. If I were to lose a fight, or if I were to win, using items and traps, and that's the only reason I won, I wouldn't feel like I won. I feel like I failed. I feel like he beat me. When I beat G-Rank Seregios, like I explained a couple episodes, I beat him using 3 out of 4 feints. The only reason I had a 4th feint is because I had the insurance skill. So if I were just using, like, regular lives, I would have lost. And since I never did that G-Rank Seregios mission again, at the end of the day, I don't feel like I beat him. I feel like I lost to G-Rank Seregios, and I think that's fair to say. Yeah, I did win, but the only reason I won is because I had that skill that gave me an extra life. If I was fighting him on fair and equal grounds, he would have beat me. So I do need to fight him again at some point to actually beat G-Rank Seregios. We'll probably do that in this series. But that's what I'm trying to say. So, when he hits me with stink, and I purposely don't have deodorant, I will complain about being stinked, but I don't regret the fact that I don't have deodorant. Because if I die because I was stinked and I didn't have deodorant to fix it, that's my bad. That's my fault. I feel like I deserve to take that loss. The only reason I'm playing so cautiously and regretting that I don't have deodorant, or seeming like I regret I don't have deodorant, is just because I'm fighting Kangala and I really don't want my first death to be on him. Under normal circumstances, even if I was stinked and I was low on health, I would be fighting him just about as aggressively as I normally would, because the whole point of my weapon is counterattacking and parrying. If I'm one hit from death, that provides a pretty strong incentive to learn how to parry. And there we go. I spent that whole mission just rambling on about why I don't have deodorant. But I hope it makes sense. And it's going to be like that for the whole rest of the series. We fight flying monsters, I'm not going to be bringing flash bombs. We fight this guy, Volveden, and anybody else with stink, not going to be bringing deodorant. Fight Gameth or Bareth, so I can get mudded or snowed, I'm not going to be bringing cleanser. I know that those items fix those problems. I know what they do and I understand the point of having them. But I'm not going to. I'm not going to, because I'm going to find another way to deal with it. I am going to find a way to survive it or avoid it entirely. So that way my skill can actually improve fundamentally rather than using items to just pick up the slack. I hope that makes sense. I don't mean to ramble on and on about it. I'm still going on. I'm going to stop talking about it now because I think I've conveyed what I want to convey. And I know we've talked about it before in the past as well, so it might have been completely repetitive, but I promise this will be the last time I talk about it. It's because I think I conveyed what I was meaning to convey pretty well, finally. I won't bring it up again. You guys should get it by now. You should understand why I don't do this kind of thing. Oh. What the fuck? Oh shit! What the hell? That caught me off guard. What? What is going on right now? I completely forgot that this happened. What was that point if the mission is still going to complete? What was the point of that happening? Why don't I hear music? What the fuck? I completely forgot that happened.
Yeah.
Valstrax. I did say his name earlier, so I'm probably going to mute that out. When I saw him, my immediate reaction was, oh, is Valstrax showing up? And I didn't even think to not say his name. So I'll mute that out, but it's not like it really matters considering they say it 20 seconds later. I completely forgot that he did that. I had no idea. That caught me off guard. That is a new monster that we haven't seen in low rank. This guy is the flagship, or he's not the flagship, but he's like the main, he's the final boss of the single player story. If you remember a few episodes ago, I mentioned him without any explanation, and I compared him to some other games. I talked about how like Legiacris is the flagship to 3, whereas Seideus is the final boss, and Glavenus is the flagship to Generations, while Valstrax is the final boss of Generations. It's the exact same thing. So what you just saw right there is a little bit of a taste of who we're building up to right now. That's the final boss. That's the guy that we're working towards. Yo, we got 7-star, which is high rank. There we go. We are now in high rank. So you'll see a lot of familiar faces here, and some new ones. Everybody here is way stronger than everybody we fought in low rank, so it should be pretty cool and pretty exciting. So our first order of business, obviously, is to start trying to fight some of these guys and try to get some new high rank materials so that we can make high rank armor in order to get our defense up to level. And if possible, try and get Monster Keenbone, which I think we can get from me and Kiku. So we'll fight him first in order to upgrade our weapon and get it to high rank. Then we'll have high rank armor, high rank weapon, and we'll be good to start working towards the next high rank star, which is 8-star. So let's get right into that here in a minute. These missions I will be probably cutting out more of, because again, these are new missions, but these are monsters that we fought already. So I will keep in a lot of the fight, but there's probably still going to be some boring moments I'll cut out. I don't want to leave in the entire thing, because you have seen this before. It's the same fight, just on a whole different level, but at the fundamental basis, it's still the same fight. So, to watch, it might not be as fun as it is to play. I don't know, that's on you. Either way, there will be a little bit getting cut out. Not all, just a little. Let's get right into it. I am excited to get into this. We will be looking for not only the monster kill, but also hopefully the ores and bugs and things, primarily ores. This is also a point I want to bring up. In high rank and G rank, there's a chance that you don't spawn in camp, and you can get randomly dropped in the middle of the map at other zones. In those cases, I apologize, I won't be able to grab the map, obviously, because I'm not at camp. I could go back to camp, or use a Farcaster to teleport me to camp, but number one, I'm not going to go back to camp, wasting my time, and number two, I'm not going to bring Farcaster with me. You should understand by now. I just went on a rant about it one mission ago. I don't bring shit with me that I don't need at a baseline level. Let's put these mega pickaxes we just got to work right now as well. Let's see what we get. Earth crystal, we've seen that before. Earth crystal, we've seen that before. Comet rock. I don't even think that's like an item. Beelite ore, nice. Beelite ore is something that we needed before. I don't know if we still need it. But it's a high rank material, now we have access to it. And now we know we have access to it. That's kind of the big thing I'm excited for. What is comet rock? Is that even like a usable item? No, it's an account item. Well, that's fair. Shiny beetle? Nice. Silver cricket? I don't know if that's used for anything. And Hercudrome. I'll take the Hercudrome. We might need that. Carbolite ore. I don't know if we had access to that already, but it's nice to know that we do now. Beelite and Carbolite. Those are both resources I know are pretty useful, so it's good to see that we have access to those, and are getting a little bit right now. I think the only thing we need for our weapon is Monster Keenbone, so those ores don't provide a direct use to us right now, but it's still nice to know that we have access to it. And Yinkaku is right here waiting for us. He's a weak enough monster that his roar doesn't stun us, so we don't have to worry about trying to avoid it. We do have to worry about his attacks, though, because he's high rank, so he's going to hit a lot harder than we're used to. But that's okay, because at the end of the day, he's still a low-tier monster, and that means we know how to fight him. Okay, classic Yinkaku. Very classic. Now just do it. Yep, I was about to say do it another 6 times, and we'll be there. And looks like he knew I was going to say that. Thanks, man. Glad to see Yinkaku doesn't change. Again, yep, this is what I was talking about when we first fought Yinkaku. He didn't really do it to us that first fight, but now you're starting to see that I wasn't wrong. The only thing he does is that fucking tail swing. Come on, dude, are you kidding? Son of a bitch. One more time. Okay, I've got no fucking clue how that hit me. And you might notice we didn't get caught on fire from that. I believe that would be because the Glavenus armor has fire resistance. So as long as we're wearing the Glavenus armor, we're kind of just immune to fire blight entirely. But as a result, we're extra weak to water. Again, dude! As long as I'm ready for it, that's an easy parry. We got hit by it a second ago because I was like at the end of his sheath, which was a very unfortunate turn of events. But if we're just standing there, that tail swing should be a completely free parry. Alright, I thought he would hit me, but I was wrong. Yep, okay, that probably would have hit me because I was mid-animation. Alright, game, nice, dude. He, like, retracted his tail in an inch or something so that that critical juncture wouldn't work? Why the fuck did that happen? Because I know if I was standing there and I parried, that would have landed. So why didn't the critical juncture? Fucker. We're kind of beating his ass, though, because he keeps doing the tail swing, and it's pretty easy to parry as long as I'm ready for it. That was a pretty nice head parry. I was about to attack, which would have made it unable to parry, but I held my finger back, and I'm glad I did. That little bit of hesitation allowed me to parry that. Okay. Yep, stand there for a little bit longer, please. Get that full spirit combo on him. Really good damage. Okay, no idea how that hit me. You might be able to tell that there's a bit of a pattern between last fight and this fight. That pattern being that I'm playing at a lot less health than usual. Yeah, I mean, it's high rank, so getting hit is a lot more punishing, and these are monsters I'm not that great at fighting. But the fact that I'm not healing right now, although I will be soon, is kind of a just choice. It's just kind of how I play. I don't know why. I just do that to myself. If I'm low on health and I know I should be backing up, I just choose not to a lot of the time. Just because I just keep fighting. And I would have done that last fight whenever I was stinked. That's what I was talking about. The only reason I didn't is because it was Kangala, and I'll be damned if my first death of the series is on Kangala. Otherwise, I would have just kept playing as aggressively as I would have. Alright, now we follow him. His pattern shouldn't be as weird to follow as Kangala was. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Flying monsters are a little bit rough to follow because sometimes they can fly in weird directions and it's hard to follow. But not this time. Ah, he's eating! Gives us free damage and hopefully we can knock him out of it before he gets his stamina back. There we go. Alright, while he's getting mad, let's see about landing strong hit. Nice, that was lucky. I thought I was going to be trading damage on that hit. We got lucky that he staggered. I was expecting to trade damage on that too, but he missed. Dumbass. Okay, thought he was doing something else. Attacked faster. My mistake. That was kind of a genius parry because, again, I misread what he was doing, but I knew he could be doing the fireball. I knew it was one of the two. So I parried in such a way that I would either be barely early enough, or like barely just in time to hit the attack I wrongfully thought he was going to do, and barely just in time to parry the fireball. That was a flawless timed parry on my part, because I would have successfully parried both attacks. Nice. I'm kind of proud of myself for that one. That worked out. He was either doing like the head slam where he like slams his face in the ground 4 or 5 times, or he was doing the fireball. And I timed my parry so that it would be right in the middle of both. That attack right there. Misread it again. I thought he was going to do the bite slam, but instead he just did that. I don't know why. Okay, that was an anticlimactic finish. A missed parry that turned into a regular attack, hits him once and immediate kills him. That has to feel bad. Alright, so hopefully you can already tell that the challenge in high rank is definitely higher than it was in low rank. We're going to be playing at a lot lower health consistently now, and I could heal to solve that problem, but I'm going to choose not to in almost all scenarios. If I feel like I'll be low on health, and it might be a safer option to back up and heal, but I'd play very aggressively. So if I think that I can survive playing at that low health, then I will play at that low health. I'm a very like high risk, high reward type of player, where I'll play very aggressively even if the risk is really high, because I think that I can make it work. And if I fail to make it work and I die, then again, in line with what I said during the Kangala fight, that's my bad, that's my skill issue, and that's something I need to work on. I need to get better as a player, as a fighter, and in order to do that, I have to push myself and do risky things to make sure that I can improve. If I'm playing it safe all the time, if I'm using items to make up for lack of skill, then I'm not going to improve. I'm just not. I should have grabbed that because that was the perception skill. Oh, that's fine. Fuck it. That could have been a very nice talisman to grab. Damn it. Perception skill would have been useful to have. Okay, well, overall, pretty good fight. I enjoyed that. That was good. Didn't go too bad. He hits really hard. So let's see about the possibility of farming him out for his armor. Let's go take a look what we need. And I don't know if we got Monster Keenbone. I don't know where we'd get Monster Keenbone from. I thought it would be from him, but maybe not. 32 defense for Kangala armor. 44 for Yinkaku. Holy shit. This is why they hit that hard. Because the gap between low rank and high rank is pretty damn high. And the gap between high rank and G rank is even higher than that, so Stay tuned for when we get that far. 44 defense compared to what, our 24? We get a bunch of the starting armors here to help fill the gap if we need it, but we're not going to. We're not going to be making any of that. We're just going to be jumping straight into the monster equipment. I think we'll farm Yinkaku because I know that I can do his fight. It's not that bad. It's definitely doable for us. So we'll probably farm out Yinkaku to begin with in order to get his equipment, and we'll have a much higher defense to help deal with the farming here, like the starting farming as we're getting into the game. So I think that's definitely what we'll do. That's 20 defense higher. We'll be getting a whole 100 defense on top of what we have, which is really fucking nice. We just gotta kill Yinkaku a few more times. We can't make his arms right now, though, which I'm just gonna go ahead and do. Very nice. Pretty good start that we can already make one of his armor pieces right off the bat. But before we start doing any more progression, that's what we're going to focus on. We're going to immediately try to upgrade our equipment so that we're more ready to keep going through high rank. So let's stop progression for a second. Let's slow down, and let's farm some Yinkaku and get his armor. I'll be cutting a lot of this out because I will be fighting him several times, most likely. So I will see you guys on the other side.
Oh, son of a bitch. Fuck you. 3 times in a row. Tried to parry all 3 and messed it up each time. Yeah, classic. We can now make his chest plate. So let's go ahead and do that. And we can't make anything else. We still need more carapace and more stout bone for the waist. More carapace and webbing for the leggings, then we just gotta get Macau scales, which will not be hard. But we do need avian fine bone for the helmet, which I'm a little bit concerned about, because we've killed him twice, and we haven't gotten any of those. So, I'm gonna look it up. MHGU avian fine bone. Oh, I see. Well, then it's not going to be an issue. The reason we haven't gotten it is because it's not dropped by Yinkaku, it's dropped by a bunch of small monsters like Jaggy, Macau, and Jagia. So once we go for the Macau scales, we'll just also go for the avian fine bone at the same time. Oh, alright. So in other words, this whole armor set is really easy to make, it just requires a lot of parts. Alright, yeah, I could do that. We're just going to have to do it a few more times, and then also fight some Macaus and maybe some Jaggies underneath, and we'll have the whole set. That's not hard at all. So let's get right back into it then. I really don't like how the set looks right now, but hey, sometimes you gotta make sacrifices. We won't be worrying about how good it looks until the series is over, and we have the luxury of worrying about how good things look. That's a privilege we have not earned yet. Oh, it just occurred to me. I forgot to get a food boost. I've been fighting this guy for a while, and I just realized that. Well, let's hope I don't die on this one, because now I'm at a disadvantage all around. I have less maximum health and less max stamina than I should, by quite a significant margin, because the exquisite rice we're used to improves them both by, like, a lot. That really sucks. Well, let's hope for the best here. This better not be my first death of the run. If my first death of the run is because I, like, didn't have a food boost, so I, like, died from an attack that I otherwise would have survived, I'm gonna be really upset. But I guess we'll see what happens. So much fucking tail spinning, dude. So unfucking real. This guy is such a bastard. You know what, while we're here, we kill these guys. Get some avian fine bone maybe. Or some Macau scales, which we also need. Let's see what we get. Macau scale plus. Nice. I think we need 4 of them. We need 4 avian fine bone and I think 4 Macau scales. We don't need bird wyvern fang though. That's the one thing we don't need. And you probably also drop Macau hide that we don't need either. Okay. The fuck? Please give me something I need. I'll take that. Nice. Well, that gives us a little bit of a head start. So when we start grinding out Macaos, we already have a couple of the items we need. Very nice. I will not turn that down. Holy shit. That was a beatdown. That dude's kinda... his day was ruined in those final 20 seconds. Holy shit. I was putting the work on him. Okay, we have everything we need there because Stout Bone is not dropped by Yin Cuckoo. We have everything we need here because we just need the Macau scales. And we have everything we need here because we just need Avian Fine Bone. Okay, so the next question becomes... will we have enough after we start making things to make them all, or are we going to have to fight them again? So let's start knocking some of these out so that we can really see the answer to that question. And to answer it, we are going to need to not Great Macau, preferably. There is no Macau mission. There is no Macau mission, but I also don't want to just go on a harvest tour. So... I think we'll just hunt Great Macau. We'll hunt Great Macau, and we'll focus on the Macaos first and foremost. Okay. Alright, let's make sure we actually get a food boost this time, dumbass. After all these hours on this game, I still just sometimes forget to get a food boost. It's been a while since I've made that mistake. Okay, let's look for some Macaos. I think we need 4 Macau scales, 2 of which we already have, and 4 avian fine bones, none of which we have. So we're looking for 2 scales and 4 fine bones. And hopefully we can farm out some Macaos before we run into Great Macau, because he's not going to have a lot of health. So it won't be hard to kill him. I'd like to get these items before we end up beating him down. Okay, looks like we had the chance to get a couple here before we find the large monster. Let's hope for the best. Because as you guys know, if you need multiple, you'll get none, and if you need one, you'll get 20. And since we need multiple right now, I'm expecting to not get a single thing we need, but let's see if we get lucky. Okay, I'll take that. One more, and that should be the 4 we need. But we don't have avian fine bone at all yet, which is a little bit worrying, because that means when we do need it, the chances are we're probably going to get a bunch of scales instead. Macau hide, I was right. Yeah, we don't need that hide. Okay. Well, we got 1 scale at least. That's 1 more off the list. 1 more scale, still need 4 avian fine bone. I think, if I remember right from looking at the list, let me see if I still have it pulled up. I do not. I have stout bone pulled up. Well then, let's look it up again then. Well, that's unlucky. Trying to look. Hey, back up. Oh no, I was wrong. Never mind. I was gonna say that I thought Macau had a lower chance of dropping them than the Jaggies did, but I was wrong. Jaggies and Macaos have the same drop rate of 37%. Jaggias have 22%. So Macau and male Jaggies are the 2 best sources of where we're gonna get avian fine bone from. It's 37% and we haven't gotten it at all out of like 5 or 6 tries. So we're just unlucky. Yeah, I could have told you that one without looking up the chances. Nice. This Macau seems a little bit bigger than he should. Might just be me. nice. I was probably going to get hit by that attack. So not only was that a clean, like, knockover and subquest complete, but I also just saved myself a little bit. I feel like I've gotten better at fighting these lower level monsters after doing a good amount of them on this series, playing the game again from the beginning. I feel proud of that. And there's a lot of monsters that I thought I would do fairly bad on, that I actually didn't do too bad at all on. Like a lot of monsters. I say it all the time, almost like every video, where I'm like, man, I'm kind of surprised with how well I'm doing. I really am. I thought I would do way worse than I did, because I don't fight these monsters that much, and when I do fight them on my main profile, I take like a lot of damage because I fail to parry a lot of the time, or I don't know how to parry at all. So the idea that on my main profile I would play as I expected, which means to say that I don't get killed because I'm way above their pay grade, but I also get hit a lot because I don't know how to parry them. But then I fight them here in this series and I parry them all the time. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just underestimating myself. Like maybe I actually don't get hit that much on my main profile and I just feel like I do. I don't know. But I do feel proud that there's a lot of monsters in this series that I thought I would take the piss on. And I really just didn't. I really just didn't. Yep, there we go. We have the avian fine bone for this. We actually got like another 2 from the subquest just to put us a little bit overboard. It's always nice. Go ahead and make that. Take a look at the waist. Yep, we cannot make this. Oh, we need stout bone for this still. We haven't gotten that yet. So that's not a cuckoo problem. Alright, cool. And we can make the leggings. We got, what the fuck? Why the fuck do we have 10 of them? Okay, dude, well, let's make the leggings now. Let's look at the waist. We still have enough of the waist. Holy shit. We got lucky on the carapaces. We got lucky on all of that. We have enough cuckoo for all 3 at one time. That's crazy. We just need the stout bone, which we can get from Arzuros. So let's go ahead and fight Arzuros real fast. I have no idea how long this episode is going to be, because I'm going to be cutting a lot of it out. It's been an hour and 20 minutes. I don't know if I should be ending this video or not. But, we're just going to keep it going. We're going to keep it going until we finish this set. Just so that we can make sure our defense is up to par, so that we can go through the rest of high rank, or the rest of the star rather, with adamant defense. Adamant is not really the word I'm looking for, but I'm trying to look for a word that states defense that is it's acceptable. That's the word. Yep. Okay. Acceptable defense. Dumbass. Big guy Arzuros. I like this guy. That's on me. Whenever I hear that roar, I equate it to Red Helm Arzuros, the Deviant, because I fight the Deviant way more. So I've grown accustomed to being afraid of that roar. Because I think G-Rank Arzuros has an attack where he'll do that roar as like a charge up. Or maybe I'm actually thinking of Apex Arzuros, specifically, fighting in the rampages. Where he'll roar for a while and then charge at the gate. Because again, whenever I'm playing Generations outside of this series, a lot of the time I don't actually listen to the game. I hear it through OBS, but it's usually clouded by music I'm listening to or YouTube I'm watching, depending on how hard I'm focusing. So if I equate his roar to something, it would probably be in Sunbreak, or Rise rather. Because I would listen to that more than I would listen to this, most likely. I just get confused sometimes, considering the blatant fact that Apex Arzuros is just like a worse reskin of Deviant Red Helm. Red Helm is just a better Apex Arzuros. That's how it is for all the Apexes. I did not like the Apexes, I just didn't. I'm talking about the Rise Apexes, obviously. The 4 Apexes I haven't fought, but I've heard that they're pretty good. But the Rise Apexes were lame as fuck. and you don't even get anything from killing them. If you actually do the missions that you can kill the Apexes, you get nothing out of it. They don't give you any special equipment or anything. It's just the experience, which is fine. It's fine to do that, but that doesn't really provide me much incentive to want to keep fighting them. Like, I'll fight him once just to say that I fought him, but even if I enjoyed the fight, I won't really want to fight him again if I've got absolutely fucking nothing to gain from it. Like, literally just nothing at all. What's the point of that? Not to mention that the fight itself, like I just said, is a reskin of Red Helm. The Red Helm Deviant, they just took that, put him in Rise, made him look less cool and less unique, and called him Apex Azuras. That's all they did. I really don't know what they were thinking with the Apexes. I've heard some people say that they like the Apexes better than the Deviants, but I just flatly disagree. I don't share that same opinion at all. The Deviants I thought were fucking remarkable, like absolutely astounding. Son of a bitch. But the Apexes just... I didn't care to fight them. I didn't want to fight them. They didn't give me anything at all. They didn't even give me anything useless. They just gave me nothing. Okay. So between the two, yeah, I think Deviants are way fucking better. They're way more unique. They were the originals that didn't copy movesets. Have way more unique designs and actual backstories to explain why they're like that, besides just all the same backstory like with the Apexes. The Deviants are just all around better. We haven't fought any Deviants yet in this series, and it will be a while until we do. But when we do, I hope you'll enjoy it, because I really like the Deviants, and I have friends of mine who watch the series, and they've said that they're really excited to see me fight the Deviants, because they play the game, they've played with me. I've probably mentioned them without naming them earlier in the series. And they watch the series, they know about Deviants, they're excited to see me fight Deviants because they love them too. So I hope you guys are of the same opinion. Even if you don't play the game so you have no clue what a Deviant is, just trust me and trust them, trust us. Deviants are cool, I really like them, and I hope you will as well. We just gotta get there first, and it will be a while. It will be quite a while, because Deviants are multiplayer only, and we haven't even touched multiplayer yet. But when we get there, it will be cool. Alright, and there we are. We have it. We got the stout bone we needed. Let's go ahead and make the waist. There we go. We got the full high rank Yin Kaku set. So now our defense is on level with where we're at. Our weapon, we can't upgrade it right now. We need Monster Keen Bone, and actually I'm going to go ahead and look it up, because I want to know if we should be trying to farm for it or waiting, because it might be next star. It might just be next star. High rank. You can get it from Kangalala, but only as a shiny drop. You can get it from Yin Kaku, but only from capture. Cephadrome only from capture. Nazarala from wounding is... This is a really bizarre item to acquire. Is this what we actually need? You gotta like jump through some weird hoops to acquire this thing. Let me see. Wait, we have it. Wait, what the when the fuck did we get Monster Keen Bone? Did we get that from fighting Yin Kaku? It says that he only drops it from capture, and we sure didn't capture him. What? Oh, you know what? Oh! It's a 100% chance to acquire from the mission Kutku Misunderstood. Is that what we did? Oh, okay, cool. It's a 100% chance to acquire from the mission as a mission reward, not from the monster himself. And we did the mission 4 times, so we do have the ability to do this. Wow, alright. That'll give us a little bit more blue sharpness, which is always great, and 10 more damage. Not a crazy big improvement, but an improvement nonetheless. So, hands down, we will be doing that. There we go. We now also have our upgraded weapon. A little bit more damage, a little bit more blue sharpness. Definitely won't turn that down. Upgrading it again will give us even more blue sharpness and more orange, which I don't care about.
But we need a Wrath Medula for that, which is Rathalos, I'm sure. And we certainly don't have him unlocked yet, so we're not going to worry about that. But there we go. I didn't expect to be upgrading the weapon right now as well, but we did. So that's our armor upgraded, our weapon upgraded as much as it can right now. We are fully ready and fully willing and able to go right now throughout the star and move on to the next one. Really, really big moves for us right here in this episode. I'm really, really happy with that. But I've been here for an hour and a half. I hope this video won't be over an hour long, but we'll see how much I cut out. I will leave it here, and I hopefully will see you guys in the next video. I hope you're here for it. You guys take care. Have a great rest of your day.